Hello, my name's Bizarro and I'm with.
God, that atypical cripple. That didn't work out very well. That guy sucked. But here we are. How you doing, Bizarro?
I'm doing alright. How about yourself?
Oh, I had a sucky ass week.
Oh,
I had to go over my care plan, which you've read parts of.
oh.
What'd you think?
I thought this was your dating profile.
No.
Oh, it's your care plan. Yeah, it was. When I read it as a care plan, it was pretty depressing.
Right. So we have a special treat for you. We're gonna read my care plan as a dating profile. He
And
gave it away. You
oh, did see? I'm. You messed up the
nah,
intro, and I messed up the.
don't worry about it.
Oh well.
There's all sorts of. This is a nominally Christian channel. Nominally because I try not to cuss, but I am unsuccessful.
It's because you're overly spastic.
There you go. So,
Self-referential humor.
yes. So, Bizarro over here is going to read parts of my, um, what do they call it, care plan?
Uh,
As a dating profile. So,
yes.
all you ladies gather around and listen carefully for what you might get as a date if you're single. I don't date married women. Sorry,
He has standards. All right.
but they're not high.
No, I mean just don't be married.
Yeah, and is that a high standard nowadays?
It's a reason. Well, nowadays, I mean, anyway,
Oh, dig a divorce.
not male, not married,
Not male, not married, not
at least 18 years of age.
not a pedophile. That's a high standard. What else?
I guess no one that works for Disney then.
Or at least half of them.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say all people.
No, that's
Not all people. Remember.
not all educators.
Not all government officials.
Yeah. Yeah.
Should we play more of the not all game?
No, I think.
How about what ifs or what aboutisms? Why don't you just read my profile?
Okay, so this is yeah, okay. Um,
So,
so
so all you ladies, just close your eyes, let your mind wander, and feel the horror of my life.
no, this is dating profile. It's not horror. What are you talking about?
This is like the most anti-hypergamous dating profile ever.
It has its moments. We'll get there.
Well, for as Jordan Peterson says, the female selects. So if you select me, I will be grateful, but there is a downside.
What is? I heard somewhere, females are the gatekeepers of sex, and males are the gatekeepers of relationships.
Yes, but in order to to be in line with that, you have to have high order relationships. In which case, amongst the order of men, would that reflect me?
Are we talking cognitively or physically?
Well, I'm talking hypergamously. Am I a high value catch? You
Let
really
me
have,
read this.
you really have to. All right, read about this high value catch.
Yes, exactly. Kevin is quadriplegic and unable to turn himself. His his caregivers use a Hoyer lift to get him from his bed to his chair.
Now, do people know what a Hoyer lift is?
No, but it's some sort of lift.
Right, it's like a modified engine hoist.
Yeah, sounds about right.
So,
His skin is checked daily. Caregivers are aware of skin protocol, know where the pressure points are, and check them daily. Kevin has no pressure sores right now. It's fantastic.
Yes.
And Kevin declines flu and pneumonia shots and COVID-19 vaccines.
Living on the edge, baby.
But he has had less respiratory infections since he stopped getting shots. Go
Hmm.
figure. If a caregiver gets sick, he sends them home. He takes precautions to prevent illness. Don't want illness.
No. Disease bad.
And he's at risk for pre-diabetes.
Hmm.
He is managing this with diet and exercise, and, hey, has
Mm.
recently lost 80 pounds.
Hey.
That's pretty good.
Yes.
No, hypergamy.
At least I can master myself.
There you go. Kevin had a job coach with EFI. What's EFI again?
Exceptional force or something or other. They used to their their job finding group around the area. It's like a contractor that says, "Oh, we have information and special skills that help get people with disabilities into the community." Personally, I think they're full of crap, but they helped other people.
So they help with job placement for people with disabilities.
Right now, not all people with disabilities are equally as hard as placing
Sure.
placing people.
Right.
So they tend to go for the low hanging fruit.
Right.
I'm a little more advanced.
Like disabilities that they can help with are like if you're a Democrat.
Down syndrome. So pretty much same thing.
All right. So Kevin had a job coach.
By the way, I'm not saying that all people with Down syndrome are Democrats. I don't
Certainly
want
not. That would be such an insult to Down syndrome people.
Right.
Anyway, so Kevin had a job coach with EFI in the past. They were not able to support him because they were not educated in his profession, Masters in Geography. He did a CBA and DVR at Habitat for Humanity and a few other places. Kevin has put employment on hold as it is hard for him to find the right fit for him. So
Well, actually, it's if you don't have regular and consistent caregiving at that end, it's hard to keep. It's hard to make a commitment to go somewhere if the people committed to getting you there.
or flaky.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
so on the dating profile, not employed and not looking for employment.
Right. So what you see is what you get.
um,
But I have no debt.
hey, that's better than most people.
Yes.
He had an interest in education, but has concerns about his safety in a classroom setting.
At least in public schools. Which kept me from getting my certification to teach high school.
Hmm.
Because high schools are really a mess.
Yeah. Got to bring back corporal punishments.
Or waterboarding.
Yeah, there you go. All right, we're on a new page here.
Yes.
Oh yes, back to skincare. Kevin's caregivers check daily for dry skin and apply lotion.
A job that even a girlfriend... No, I don't know.
He self-directs medications such as antifungal cream in his groin area when needed. Ladies. Hey, but come on. Kevin has supplies stored, and he has a generator.
For all foods.
I love how those two things are just right next to each other, right? Go
Yes.
from the toy.
Yes, I am ready for the end of the world. I have lots of lotion. You know exactly where my mind is at. Lots of lotion. We are ready to rock at the Kevin household. Ah, all those skin problems and all. All right, keep going.
Kevin directs his own diet. He has weights he uses in his home for exercise. Hey,
Yes.
bodybuilder.
Hmm.
He also has a
Wheelchair bodybuilder is the difference.
Speaking of wheelchairs, you have a lever drive wheelchair,
Yeah.
which he uses for exercise. His caregivers
Which is
transfer him
over.
to and from the chair using the lift.
Mm-hmm.
Kevin would like to do PT exercises with caregiver support if that were to be possible. Currently, his caregivers are not allowed or not trained for this. Kevin is independent with managing his emotions.
I'm not. I'm not countering that, but that was an example of me managing my. I am quick with the sarcastic response.
Emotionally independent. Very impressive.
Yes, thank you.
Hey, and he's got wheels. Kevin has a wheelchair accessible van he uses to get around in the community. He is able to plan and schedule when transportation is needed. Kevin does not leave his home very often. He prefers to stay home and watch videos.
Now, I would say there's a caveat here. Have you ever been out with people that are like I don't know, people that like have certain behavioral problems?
Can't go, yeah, can't go places with
Right.
types of people. Yeah,
That's why it's like to go somewhere with the caregiver.
fair enough.
So it's like they make it sound like Kevin likes going places, but Kevin has no one to go with. It's like, well, that's kind of true.
Yeah.
Especially when you go to Costco and your caregiver has a meltdown and you got to take her aside. What's going on? Why are you upset with me? It's like dealing with a 6-year-old. And anyway, moving on.
Kevin spends time with friends and attends church on Sundays.
Hmm.
He coordinates what he wants to do using a cell phone. Very modern.
Hmm.
Someone must drive his wheelchair accessible van to activities. Kevin,
Does that make me a scrub? I mean,
technically speaking, maybe.
well, I'm not sitting in the passenger side of my best friend.
It's more like a limo, really. You're being chauffeured
Yeah, but I don't want to be
in
chauffeured.
your own vehicle.
Right.
It's not your friend's vehicle.
So I'm the woman.
Or just a rich person.
But normally a rich person can put another man in the front. And so therefore in the in the sexual dynamic, the roles are kind of reversed here because I'm the woman.
I mean...
So would I need somebody comfortable taking on the masculine and feminine role?
Well, I'm just thinking of this as like a limo. Like you've got a driver
No.
who will open the door for you
No,
and seat you and then close the door for you and then drive
Right.
you wherever you want to go.
And when you do that, taking me to and from church, you're very much the servant limo guy.
Right.
But if I were to go out on
That's
a
baller.
but if I were to go out on a date with, let's say, a young lady, are you saying you're volunteering to be front and center for that without hitting on my? Because that's never happened
I mean,
in my life. No, never happened.
hey, if
Sarcastic remark.
okay. If you had a date,
Yes,
if you got a date,
yes.
I would drive you.
I think you would, but what I'm trying to say is normally on dates it's a two-person, it's not a three-person thing.
Unless you
So
have a driver.
what?
Unless you have a driver.
I'm not playing. Yeah, but if I start playing very wide on the radio, are you gonna be looking through the?
We need one of those privacy windows.
At least a curtain or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Put earplugs in.
Anyway.
Anyway. Where was I? Oh, yes.
You're telling people about how much I need someone to drive.
Yes. So, Kevin, but Kevin can operate his electric wheelchair to
Ooh.
access buildings. However, he does need somebody to open the door for him.
Sorry, ladies. You're going to have to open the door for me. So I hope you're a strong, independent woman.
Also, if his wheelchair is not working, you'll need to push him.
And by the way, it's heavy. I've been told.
Like you said, strong, independent one.
That's right.
But Kevin manages his finances online, including paying bills and rent.
So I am responsible. So that's a plus.
Yep. And hey, ladies like shopping. Kevin goes to Costco once a month for a big shopping trip.
Yeah, I don't like shopping.
Whoever's with him has to get the items that he requests.
Mm-hmm. The kind of shopping I do is from home or once a month.
And Kevin is very social. He spends time with friends in the area. They come to his home or they go out in the community together.
Like Bizarros are.
Exactly. Kevin manages his schedule. He calls them to schedule. He does require them to drive him for his visits, though.
Well, I will say this. Now that I have a touch screen phone, I find that harder and harder to complete.
Calling things?
Mm-hmm.
So it's easier with like a normal buttons?
Unfortunately, I like the functionality of the
smartphone.
yeah.
Right.
It just makes it hard for me to.
Haptically, it sounds good.
So therefore, I can direct people all day long. I just can't use Twitter.
You're probably better off.
So I'm also looking for a media consultant.
Eh?
If you like media, let me know.
Right. So, this is slightly repetitive, but we'll.
No, just skip it.
Well, Kevin is, we got to emphasize that you're cognitively independent.
How did you
You
put?
only need support with physical tasks.
Yes. How did you put it earlier?
You're not mentally retarded, you're physically retarded.
And there you have it. My physical retardation is complete.
So you've had internships that have not led to paid employment. We kind of covered this earlier about the employment.
I'm slow and bad at my job.
You are a lifetime learner, and you use the internet to that effect. You enjoy TED Talks and YouTube videos of an educational variety.
Do you like pina coladas and TED Talks in the rain?
You keep your mind active. You can use your computer to complete tasks such as filling out forms,
Which the government always has you doing.
Yes. Speaking of which, I need to do my taxes.
Good
Uh,
luck.
could you do those for me?
You really want me to do your
No,
1040s?
I've done my own taxes plenty. But this is not my dating profile. This is your dating profile.
Yes.
Okay. Uh,
Your dating profile consists of gross income. No, I'm joking.
so, you can fill out your own form. You can use the computer to fill out forms, but due to your disability, it takes you much longer to do the same task as an able-bodied person.
Yes.
You may have others assist you on the computer simply so it can be done faster, especially typing emails, as typing is difficult.
Hmm.
You have dictation software, but unfortunately, it cannot always recognize the words you are saying.
Story of my life.
In the evening, Kevin gets exhausted and impairs his abilities.
So, unlike a wind up doll, I get worse over time. I am like a living embodiment of entropy. I once had a caregiver that said, she should get really flustered with me, and then she'd sit down and go, "Look, I'm really sorry, but you realize you're the living embodiment of death and sickness to me." I'm like, oh,
Delightful.
that explains. Well, she was a union. She was all into that disgust and other, being able to pick apart your motivations, and she's just like, I can't get away from that. You're just so, I'm like disabled, and she's like, yeah. Sorry, come that way.
So he has a desire to do other things during the week, but physical stamina is a limiting factor.
Other than TED Talks and watching YouTube, why would I ever want to do anything?
Uh, hey, this is a good selling point. Kevin takes a shower 3 times a week.
Well, that only happened twice this week. My person that was slated to come didn't show up.
Well, that's
We happen to be going through a bit of a plague of locusts.
a
Yes.
a future wife could help with that certainly.
Oh, for
Keep
sure.
on that 3 times a week schedule.
Oh, for sure. That would definitely lock in that 3 times a week schedule. The problem is trying to find that person that would like, yeah, I mean, that sounds like a good idea in principle, but I don't want to do it. I just want to.
Well, maybe somebody would.
I hope so one day.
And here's another great
Hmm.
selling point. Caregiver uses the lift for bowel movements to transfer onto the toilet.
Well,
Unless
yes.
he has diarrhea, which entails extensive perennial care, which increases provider support.
Now, that's the kind of. Yeah, it's kind of the key stuff that happens on occasion, but it's like. I used to have this friend that used to drink a lot in college. You get the Turbo S. You've heard of the Turbo. You get.
I think I know what you're talking
Yeah,
about.
yeah, yeah. Here you go. Oh, I went in for a Turbo S.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, well, on occasion, if you get those, it's like, and you're unable to run into the bathroom, that can get a little messy. And one time, that actually happened to me on a vacation at Moana Mall in Hawaii. And what was funny is that the friend that was there with me, she was in her nice outfit, and she's put me on the toilet at the mall, and she comes out of the thing because death is coming out, and she comes out and she's adjusting her skirt, and the janitorial staff are like, "Ooh, you give her a," and she's like, "Ah." So I'm sitting there unleashing Satan himself, and the guys are thinking he's getting action in the family toilet,
Oh no.
and she's just like, "Oh, this." So to make a point perfectly clear is that if you want to date me, you'll ironic and interesting things will find us.
Much adventure.
Hopefully we can get them on video and make YouTube.
So here's we get into how trad you are.
Okay.
Oh, okay, no. Actually, I skipped ahead. Sorry, no. We don't want to miss this part.
Okay.
He is not able to physically assist in dressing himself, but
That's true. I can't even.
I mean, women are more style sensitive anyway, right? So he doesn't pick out his clothes. He just directs his caregivers to do whatever.
Oh, I pick up my clothes.
Oh, okay. So
It's,
you are style sensitive.
well, no, I throw away whatever I don't like. I am. Does that make me style sensitive?
I guess.
I mean, I mean, I mean, I don't
I mean,
even.
this is a pretty good shirt you got on right now.
I don't. Well, I'm the one that made it.
Fashionista.
No, it's called not liking other people's shirts and being disagreeable enough. You go into Teespring and you make your own.
All right. So.
Yes,
Okay. Here's now we're getting into the trad stuff.
the nitty gritty.
Kevin is not able to prepare foods due to muscle spasticity. So,
Give Kevin a sharp knife. Watch him cut himself.
so yeah, Kevin won't be doing the cooking. He can eat finger foods on his own once a caregiver hands it to him.
Occasionally.
Otherwise, if it requires utensils, she'll have to feed it to him.
Here's the thing about that. One time when I was in Bali, Indonesia, I poked myself under the eye with a bamboo skewer.
I could totally see that happening.
And everyone at the table just froze. And my caregiver at the time, Jim, was like, he's fine. Pulled out the stick, dabbed my eye. There, you're fine. Eat your food. Here, let's take all your meat off your skewers. There. And
Good idea.
give you a fork. So,
fork. That's
well-
only slightly better.
well, at least it's better on the skin.
Yeah, it's 3 prongs instead of 1.
And they're dull.
Yeah.
Yeah. Keep going.
And speaking of tradition, Kevin is not physically able to assist with any aspect of his laundry. So you'll be doing the laundry. You can supervise, or he can supervise and direct caregivers in the tasks he would like done.
So I can tell you what you're doing wrong.
Exactly.
Because that's the only thing I can offer.
He cannot.
Sorry, ladies. All I can do is sit back and tell you what you're doing wrong.
Or right. You can be positive.
Oh, look! You're putting away that shirt so well.
I love the way you fold those socks.
It makes me think of physical therapy.
And he cannot assist with any housekeeping tasks.
Sorry. I can buy a robot. That's about it.
And and speaking of tradition, he is a protector. He has pepper spray in a pouch for safety.
Hey, that's more than what soy boys do.
Yep.
They just. Well, here's the thing: with the soy boy just S himself?
Uh, yes, and scream and run.
There, I got that better than soy boy.
Yeah, he might
Dang.
accidentally hit you in the process of pepper spraying the baddie, but
Alrighty. So there you have it, my dating profile via my care plan from the state. I am deemed to be officially pathetic, but I am only physically pathetic, and therefore I humbly ask if you want to date me, please go on to. I'm just telling you, it's all truly, it's all true. It's the worst of me, and there you go. All I can say is, it,
and don't sell yourself short. You have a great sense of humor.
and I do believe every caregiver that has ever been around me, they have always called me your ass holiness. So that's my colloquial name. So all I'm about managing expectations. But anyway, thank you for hearing me out. Well, and my name's Kevin,
And this is Bizarro Czar,
and this is the Atypical Cripple.
aka His Ass Holiness.
See you on the next bounce.
Adios.